How's it going, everybody? So, I wanted to talk about how the people in your life are going to try to limit who you are to fit their model of the world, which is often limited because they have a different perspective on the world than you do. So, whenever you're talking to somebody who's, in particular, when you know somebody who's known you for a long time, and I'd imagine this probably happens with married couples, but I've never been married, so I wouldn't know, but it does happen with people who you've known for a long time. Like this happens with people, I'm sure, who are on Facebook who still have to limit themselves to fit the model of their personality because you only know yourself through the eyes of the other. You only know yourself based on the people who you interact with on a day-to-day basis. Because like you don't know yourself if you're always alone. You might come to this realization in times when you spend long periods of your life in isolation and then you come back and then you finally talk to somebody. You'll notice that you talk completely different than you did the last time you saw them. And this is the case when you learn new things, or if you discover religion. Maybe even it could be a religion that you've had for your entire life. You just realize how important it was to you, or you pick up some new hobby and it becomes like a key thing to your personality. And it takes a lot of time for the people around you to adjust. And one thing that they're going to attempt to do is they're going to attempt to undermine your knowledge of this new thing that's shaping and molding the person who you are. And at that point, they're going to start to basically try to pressure you and make you think that they could take something away from you that will make you be the person who you were before. And it's important to stay firm and stay true to the new identity that you're assuming, or the parts of yourself that you wish to develop further, because at this critical moment, if you deny yourself the fundamental attributes that would make you who you are, then you'll suffer grave consequences later on down the line in the form of things that you can't even predict. And it's the most critical time in your personal development, I would say, where you need to stay true to yourself, because the problems that are going to be challenging you are going to far outweigh the social consequences of people like a spouse or something like that not really being able to look at you the same way ever again. And they want to help you. They think that you're hurting yourself because it's a death rebirth cycle, and everything that you do in your life requires equivalent sacrifice. And this is true in all walks of life. Like when you have to take up a job, that's what you become. Man takes a job, and one guy is a doctor, one guy is a lawyer, some guys, people are born to that whole thing, and the world keeps spinning. But everybody has a role to play, and you don't have to fit yourself into the model of the locality that you're subjected to, because the world's a big place, and you could always travel away from the place that you are and go find the people who think similarly to you, who help you develop yourself and customize the personal identity that you want to have. And one thing in particular that I found that's pretty frustrating in the West is this weird loss of appreciation for legend and superstition. And along with this, the loss of religion has come too, because the different traditions that we have that allow us to interact with the magical world through the lens of entertainment and such, like Halloween and all these different things. Well, those aren't kid holidays. Like they have Halloween so that everybody can have a day where they explore the concepts of magic and stuff like that. That's what Christmas is. It's like the kids come downstairs and all the presents are just magically there. There's a reason for that showmanship. It's actually a ritual, and it's an initiation ritual for becoming an adult, because it's a kid, and you're, as a kid, you believe in magic, so the society gives you this vehicle to explore the unknown. And we wouldn't have science, we wouldn't have any of these inventions and stuff like that if people didn't have imagination, if we didn't have the mode of communication, like words like magic and stuff like that, to communicate the unknown and help us play with the vast expanses of potentiality that exist within the infinite, the infinite all that is. I mean, how could we bring forth anything other than chaos when faced with chaos? If we're going to bring order out of chaos, then we need to be able to play with the fundamental facets of the different tools that are presented to us and observe different forms of information. And if we don't do this, it's at our own risk. I mean, we need to look at the different ways that we interact with the information feedback loops of the information superhighway in all forms. One thing that I noticed moving away from home for a little while was this was that, like, I come back and I'm talking to people, and no matter who I'm talking to, no matter where it is, it's like I feel like I'm talking to news, like internet news feeds now. Like when I talk to people who use Facebook, I just feel like I'm scrolling through Facebook, like, and I just get frustrated with Facebook. Like when I talk to people who use Instagram all the time, it's the same story. The people who they have Instagram brain, and people have Facebook brain, people have TikTok brain. TikTok brain people have like a short attention span.